Alright, so over the past few months, I've undergone some strict dieting. After weeks of chicken and vegetables, I think I've had enough. So it's time for a big, gluttonous, carb-indulgent pre-workout meal. And that is why I'm at Bill's Bottomless Pancakes. I'm gonna eat everything in sight and then get the best pump of my entire life. The first plate has arrived. Alright, so today I'm at Bill's Bottomless Pancakes for a lovely pre-workout meal. And as you can see, I was a big fan. Now, I've seen people try this online and they're all absolutely finished and full after one plate. So I thought, let me get down there and try these little fluffy demons myself. So you get three options when it comes to picking your pancakes. You can either go with bacon and maple syrup, like I obviously have here, or you can have Biscoff and banana, or you can have berries. Now, I tried to fit the whole pancake in my mouth here and failed absolutely miserably, but I scooped out the mess and finished with the last bite. What a lovely first plate. These were actually really nice. First plate done, that was absolutely delightful. On to the next. After a long wait, the second plate is here. These are gonna get devoured. So yeah, the wait time is actually quite long. I think I was waiting around 15 minutes in between pancake deliveries, which is not optimal for smashing down as many pancakes as possible. I just wanted to sit down and get through loads of them. But because you have to wait, your body actually realizes what's going on and you start to get full, which is why I think people are tapping out after like 1-2 plates. But nevertheless, I continued to smash them down. They were delightful. I had to make use of this maple syrup here though, because the pancakes were very dense, which is another reason why I think people can't get too many down. They were absolutely delightful. The third plate is here and I'm ready to absolutely demolish them. Now the third plate I've gone obviously with berries, and these are really nice. They had a good contrasting flavour to the other two, which were obviously predominantly sweet, because these were quite sour, and these went down really easily as well. They were quite light compared to all the other plates I had. They were really nice. I definitely think my favourite were the Biscoff ones though. I love the banana, the syrup and the biscuit. Last bite. They were really nice and they're quite sour as well. Delightful stuff. The fourth plate has arrived and I've gone back to bacon. It's going to be amazing. Oh, yeah, these pancakes were dense. They were literally like cinder blocks. I was struggling to cut them, honestly. So I needed to get the maple syrup all over there. They were still good pancakes, but I was literally getting a tricep pump from cutting these bad boys apart. But the bacon, though, was absolutely lovely. Really crispy and nice. Thinking back, though, I'm not actually quite sure why I went back to bacon, because I was so getting sick of this maple syrup. And like I said, the Biscoff pancakes were my favourite ones. So I don't know why I just didn't stick with those. But well. These were still very nice. I think I thought they'd be savoury for some reason, but obviously they weren't. They were just really doughy, thick, and quite filling. But nevertheless, last bite went down. That's the fourth plate done. They were absolutely wonderful. Very thick though. I could probably build a house with those. The fifth plate has arrived and I've made a return to the berries. They're amazing, so I'll give them another go. Yeah, so I made a return to the berries because I'm not going to lie, I was kind of getting sick of mass amounts of doughy pancake and mass amounts of maple syrup. And this is where I wished they had like a chocolate option or something. Imagine if I was armed with a jar of Nutella. I feel like I could have polished off another 2 plates, to be honest. Because even though they were extremely doughy and dense and all that good stuff, they were really nice pancakes. So I just need some new flavours. I mean, how can you not have chocolate pancakes? That is absolutely criminal, but it is what it is. I still had a really good time and I enjoyed all my food. That's the fifth plate completed. I'm going to make my way to the gym, but that was definitely a wonderful pre-workout meal. And my God, was I wrong about that. I had no idea what was coming. All that dough just collected in my stomach and I was walking around the gym like a pregnant lady. It was definitely a great meal for taste and enjoyment, but probably not the best for a pre-workout meal, because the pancakes just weren't going anywhere. They were sat in my stomach and refused to be digested. And the physique was definitely reflecting this as well. I could barely hold on to my abs for dear life and I just felt like a bloated mess. So maybe next time when carving up, instead of bottomless pancakes, in hindsight I'll probably limit myself to 1 or 2.